right, so what we're doing now is we're actually playing a little game. So a lot of times when we are learning things, we forget them right away, but if we have an experience, it's very hard to forget those experiences. So what we're doing now is actually a networking experience, and on this activity sheet, we're actually doing a scavenger hunt where everyone here is just trying to find who else in the room is represented, who owns a classic car, who has a black belt martial arts, who served in the military, jumped out of a plane, who had the most pets. So really what they're doing is they're learning more about each other. It's kind of a way for them to get to know each other better without just talking about business, which can get boring after a while. So they're just getting to know each other more personally with this distraction of an event. And after, what we're going to do is actually break down this event, and we're going to see what happens just by them building genuine connections and finding out how they can work deeper into their network as opposed to just looking for the individual person that they're trying to meet. So we'll catch up again after this event and activity, and we'll do a breakdown of exactly what happened and reveal kind of some more lessons from some networking lessons that they're going to take out of it. So see who had the classic car? Who had the classic car? All right, but who had the answer? Who's the answer? Who had the answer? What is it? What is it? Yeah, who has a classic car?
I know she has it. Her son drives it.
What is it?
Her name is Rubina.
Rubina? Who else had Rubina? That's you? All right, who else had Rubina? Raise your hand if you have Rubina.
I have Rubina.
Anybody else have a classic car? All right, who had the black belt? Who has a black belt?
Helen Yi.
She does, that's right.
Helen? Helen?
Yeah, but she was just she's gone.
Okay, Helen. Who else had Helen on their sheet? Who had Helen? Who had Helen on their sheet? You guys didn't get it? Who had black belt?
Yes.
You guys had that? You guys didn't have it? All right. Who plays a professional athlete? What is it?
I played college.
College? Any professional?
Aren't you a professional athlete before?
No.
Just professional engineer.
All right. So no professional athlete here? No professional athlete? All right. Who served in the military?
A professional athlete.
Wait.
How about Pisa?
I played in the league.
Did she play?
Pisa, are you a professional athlete? I'm not professional.
She's as good as a professional, but.
Baseball player.
All right, so nobody. All right, who served in the military?
In the league in India.
In India?
Yeah,
Professional?
First division, yeah.
Okay. Who's that?
Field
Chris. All right. All right, who served in the military? You guys get it? Who here served in the military? Anybody served in the military? Nobody? Nobody here? For real? All right, nobody. Who jumped out of a plane? Who had Doug or Qasim on their answer? Raise your hand. You had them? You guys have them? Nobody? Nobody? All right. All right, who drove furthest to get here?
Terry.
Terry? All right. So Terry, who's been to the most states? Who's been to the most states? How many? All of them? All right. How many? 44 is good. 44? That's pretty good too. But we got 50. We got 50. All right. So who had Doug? Who had Doug at 50 states? We got 1, 2. All right. Who has the most pets? 4?
Tracy.
Tracy? How many?
We have about 40.
If we include a fish, you have 10.
You have 10 fish? 35, you counted them. So you have 4? All right. So who had the most traffic tickets? Most traffic tickets. Tracy had 2? How many?
Over 20 years.
Anybody beat 3? Who had Adam at 3?
She would have more.
How many tickets you have?
How many? Smith?
We'd have about 50.
All right, most social media connections. Most social media connections.
I think Joy had it.
I would say Lanita.
It might be you.
It might be.
Lanita.
How many?
She has 5,000. It's three different pages.
No, that's fine. How many? Total? 9,000. So you got 9,000.
Repeat.
Oh my.
All right. So let me get everyone come in. Everyone come in a little bit. So you guys can hear me? You guys hear back there? All right. All right. So here's why we did this activity. One, it's just fun for you guys to do. Okay. Did you guys learn something new about somebody else here in this room? Yeah. All right. So here's why we do this. Most times when we go out and network, what do we talk about? Name, rank, serial number, right? What's your name? What do you do? And that's kind of where you get stuck. So sometimes people get bored out of their mind because they're listening to somebody talk shop and they have no clue what they're talking about. Here's the reality: is most of our businesses are not that exciting, okay? Especially for other people that have to listen to it. However,
Tickets, that's not exciting.
However,
Exciting business, I'm a cookie business.
that's pretty cool. But what you do, but look at the relationship. Like, how many of you, if I didn't stop you, could continue talking with the person that you started meeting and didn't even want to go around the rest of the room because you'd rather just talk to them?
Yeah.
So once you start talking about the personal side, then that's where the relationship is built. That's where the connection is made. That's where you're remembered. That's where you build true connection on the personal. Where you both lived in California, or you both like baseball, or you both have 2 kids, or you both went to school out of state. Whatever it is, people want to find connections, and we rarely find that in our professional life. We usually find it on the personal side. But let me take it just a little bit deeper. That's why I wanted to call you guys in. So as you went through here, not everybody got all these answers, right? And just like in the real world, nobody has all the answers. There's too many people in the world to get to know, and not enough time, just like this activity. We can't get around to everyone to literally go through each person. So while you started that way, which is a lot of times how we start our networking, we know somebody we want to meet, we start asking everybody all these questions. We don't have enough time to do that. So as we started running out of time, I noticed some of you started doing something different. You started doing things a little bit smarter. What you did is you started asking, how many of you started asking somebody else for these answers? Anybody do that? Raise your hand. Raise your hand, right? So you started asking other people, say, hey, who had this? Who had this? So in networking lingo, what you really ask for starts with the letter R, is called a what? What's it called? It's called a referral. You just asked for a referral. Who do you know that? And then fill in the blank. So all of you want referrals for something, some way or another. You're asking for a referral. It's that simple. Now, let me show you something. How many of you, when somebody asked you for one of these categories, right? How many of you were able to give somebody an answer? How many of you were able to give somebody an answer? Raise your hand. Okay, so for those of you that raise your hand, you gave somebody the answer to one of these. How did it make you feel? Good. Feel good? All right, so everyone unanimously said it felt good to share and to be able to help somebody out. How many of you said, okay, I'll trade. You give me one, I'll give you one. Same time, right? See, we don't do that. And a lot of times when we're out networking, we worry about, does it have to be an equal transaction? No, it doesn't. We can just help people. It doesn't make a difference. It's like the saying that a candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. In fact, when you light a candle, not only, it doesn't put this one out, but in fact it doubles the flame, doesn't it? You put 2 candles together. So that's what we're doing when we're helping one another. So if we had to do this activity again, knowing this, how much faster can we get all these answers and actually get them more accurate? Okay, one more lesson out of this. We didn't have, okay, so we have a professional athlete in where? In India. Okay, we have a professional athlete from India. Let me narrow it down. Let's say we're looking for a professional athlete here in the U.S., like a U.S. professional athlete, that's who we're looking for. That's who you're looking for. You come to this event tonight, you go to any other event you're networking at, and you're looking for your professional athlete, whoever that happens to be for you. It might be a client, it might be a referral partner. Whatever you're looking for, that's your professional athlete. You come to this event and you say, there's no professional athletes at this event. What a waste of time. I spent 2 hours, I spent an hour getting ready, I spent another hour going back home, I spent 4 hours, and there's no professional athletes at this event. But let me ask you a question. How many of you personally know a professional athlete? Raise your hand. Keep them up. How many of you know a professional athlete? All right, keep them up. I got to count you. Keep them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this same room that you look at was a failure of a networking event. They don't have anybody good there. They're not the people I'm looking for. 8 people in this same exact room can produce the professional athlete that you want to meet. So when I get the question, where do I meet XYZ person? The thing is that if you're just looking for that person, it's very slim. You can go to any networking group, try to find that professional athlete. It's going to be a lot harder to find than building relationships with people in whatever room you're at and then networking through them so that as they like you and trust you, they can say, hey, I know the professional athlete that you need to meet. Let me connect you. And how much easier is that than trying to cold call people, trying to show up places, trying to just find your professional athlete? And guess what? Everyone's looking for something different. So the thing is that as we all look for our professional athlete, somebody else is looking for somebody served in the military, somebody that jumped out of a plane, right? So if you know somebody and I know somebody, now we can start working together and collaborating. So I'll share one last example for you as far as like to paint the picture. You guys all know the game of poker. In the game of poker, we get 5 cards. We play against each other. Right? We hide it close to us so nobody sees our cards. We make everyone think that we have a better hand than we really have. Isn't that true? And how can you see the parallels between the game of poker and the game of business and even the game of life? We try to make other people feel like we got a really good hand when really we look at it we're like, this is crap. I can't believe I got a crappy hand again, right? So we're tired of losing. So what happened, Joy and I, we're tired of losing. So I say, Joy, what did you get? And so we compare cards. So let's say that we both don't have anything. We don't even have a pair. But when we look at each other's cards, she gives me a 2 and a 3. I already have a 4, 5, and 6. So now I got a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is that?
Straight.
That's a straight. Is that better than nothing? But I had to give her 2 cards. I give her 2 diamonds. They were doing nothing for me, but she already had 3 other diamonds. What did she have now?
Flash.
So she's got a flush. So you see how we all complement one another, but individually we might have nothing. And the thing is that if we keep coming to events like this, any event we go to, and we're just looking for our own hand, we're just looking for our own professional athlete, and we're not working together, you can see how networking is really not working at all. We're spending a lot of time and not getting it. So as we build, so when you come to these events, you come to any of these events, you join this group, then what you do is just build relationships. Don't worry about if they know your professional athlete. They might know somebody who knows somebody. Just build a relationship, because if they don't like you, they might know the athlete and they say, yes, I do know somebody, but not for you, right? So what you want to do is just continue to build a relationship. So hopefully that helps you guys with this lesson, something you can take home with you, something you take and implement, not just here at this group, but every group you go out. My goal as I learned how to network, like Joy said in the intro, I was always very shy, introverted. As I got better, I learned how to network, but I realized how many people are not working together. So my goal is to create better networkers, which creates stronger businesses. When we create stronger businesses, we create more connected communities. We can't create more connected communities when everyone's struggling. We want everyone to thrive, so that way we can all help one another and there's an abundance. Does that make sense? So that's my time for tonight. Thank you for having me out.
Great job. Great job.
Great job. See how we can make it.
I highly recommend this boot camp